Have you ever found yourself holding on to someone or something with all your might, only to feel it slipping away no matter how hard you try? It's a feeling that's all too familiar when an important connection starts to fade, leaving you questioning the very foundation of your happiness. And as much as you may want to resist, there's a quiet force at play, guiding you to let go. But here's the intriguing question: could this loss be a part of a much larger divine plan? We often think that certain people or relationships are meant to stay with us forever, especially when they hold such a significant place in our hearts. However, there are times when separation, even though painful, becomes the catalyst for something much greater, something we may not fully understand in the moment, but will eventually see with clearer eyes. When the universe steps in, it can sometimes feel like a force beyond our control, pushing us away from what no longer serves us, and leading us toward personal growth we never expected. As we navigate these moments of loss, it's essential to recognize that it's not just about the emotional turmoil. There's a deeper cosmic rhythm unfolding, and this rhythm plays a powerful role in shaping who we are becoming. The stars, planets, and even our own psychological makeup are all part of this intricate dance, and Libra, with its natural sense of balance and love for harmony, often finds itself caught in these moments of transition. The key is understanding that while it's hard to let go, doing so might be exactly what the universe has planned for you, to help you evolve into the person you're meant to be. When an important relationship begins to crack, we often find ourselves feeling like everything is slipping away, no matter how hard we try to hold on to it. This feeling is not just about the pain of losing someone, it's about sensing an invisible force guiding us through the course of our lives. This is especially true for Libras, who naturally seek balance in their relationships. For Libra, who thrives on connection and harmony, separation can feel like a significant shift. However, what may initially seem like a loss might actually be the necessary turning point that leads us further along the journey of self-development. From an astrological perspective, cosmic events, such as the movements of planets and other stellar phenomena, play a crucial role in shaping and influencing our lives. For Libra, these shifts can bring unexpected turbulence to relationships, but they also present an opportunity for growth. Libra, known for being adaptable but easily influenced by emotions, can feel the signs from the universe when a relationship no longer aligns with their path. These astrological events might be seen as messages from the cosmos, signaling that it's time to let go of something in order to move forward. This is not only a personal experience but also an important aspect of psychology: attachment. When we become attached to someone or something, we often resist letting go, even when we sense that we are being held back. Psychological theory suggests that attachment arises from the need to be loved and validated. When we become too tied to a relationship, it can hinder our personal growth. For Libra, letting go is never easy. They value relationships deeply and do not want to disrupt harmony. However, once they understand that separation is crucial for their own growth, they will gradually learn to release, making space for new opportunities. The combination of astrology and psychology in explaining the process of letting go shows that not all relationships are meant to last. Some are designed by the universe to come and go at specific moments. For Libra, understanding that not everything is within their control helps them accept these changes more easily. Instead of trying to hold on to what no longer serves them, they learn to trust the natural flow of the universe and embrace these shifts, even though it may be painful at first. When we learn to accept these changes, we grow more resilient and can rebuild our lives on stronger foundations. In terms of personal development, learning to let go is a vital process that we all must go through. When relationships end, we may feel lost, but it is also an opportunity to reflect on who we truly are, what we want, and what we need in our lives. Libra, with their deep self-reflection capabilities, will use moments of separation as a chance to reconnect with themselves, realign their goals, and rediscover their inner balance. This self-awareness is the first step toward living a fuller, more harmonious life, where we can find peace within ourselves without depending on others to feel complete. Therefore, when someone leaves us, it's essential to look beyond the loss and recognize the opportunity that comes with change. This is not just a chance for personal growth, but also an opportunity to reassess our relationships and redefine the values we want to pursue. As we begin to understand that every change has a purpose, we become more resilient and open to new possibilities. For Libra, this is the most important lesson the universe imparts through challenging moments like these. Every step we take in life is influenced by factors beyond our control, from cosmic phenomena to deep psychological forces. But if we learn to listen and recognize these signals, we can navigate these changes with the confidence that everything will be okay. The universe will always open new doors when one closes, and when we learn to let go, we are always ready to embrace the better things that await us. As we continue to explore the deep connection between the cosmic forces and personal growth, it's essential to understand that these celestial shifts are not random. They occur for a reason, and although they may be challenging in the moment, they always have a purpose that aligns with our greater journey. For Libra, who values balance and harmony, these shifts can feel especially intense, as their very nature thrives on connection and peace. The universe, however, has a tendency to disrupt what no longer serves us in order to make space for what is better aligned with our true path. It's important to recognize that while Libra seeks harmony externally, true peace comes from within. This internal equilibrium is what the universe is trying to cultivate during times of separation. When something or someone is removed from our lives, it's not necessarily a punishment or an unfortunate event, but rather an opportunity to realign our inner world with the greater cosmic flow. In understanding this process, it's also crucial to explore the role of emotional intelligence and self-awareness in navigating these changes. As we face moments of loss, we often feel a sense of emptiness or disorientation. The first instinct may be to fill this void with distractions or to rush into new relationships in an attempt to replace what was lost. However, the real growth comes when we allow ourselves to sit with the discomfort of this emptiness and confront our emotions with patience and compassion. This is where self-awareness becomes a powerful tool. It allows us to step back and recognize that the pain we are feeling is not just a reaction to the loss, but a reflection of our inner attachments and desires. Libra's deep understanding of the emotional landscape of relationships can serve as a guide during these times. By embracing the pain without judgment, Libra can learn to listen to the wisdom hidden within these emotions, and ultimately, allow them to guide their personal transformation. Further deepening our understanding, we must also acknowledge the role that timing plays in these shifts. Timing, both in terms of astrological events and life cycles, is not something that can be rushed. Libra, with their natural affinity for harmony and balance, might try to control the flow of these events, attempting to hold on to relationships or situations that are no longer in sync with their personal evolution. However, the universe operates on its own timeline, one that may not always match our own desires or expectations. The key to navigating these moments with grace is to surrender to the flow of time and trust that everything is unfolding as it should. This requires a level of patience and trust in the process that can be difficult for Libra, who often seeks immediate resolution. Yet, by learning to trust the timing of the universe, Libra can find peace in knowing that everything happens when it is meant to, and not a moment before. Alongside this, it's also vital to explore how we develop our sense of self-worth and identity during periods of separation. When we lose a person or a situation that we have attached our sense of value to, we can experience a profound identity crisis. For Libra, whose identity is often intertwined with relationships, the end of a connection can feel like a direct challenge to their sense of self. However, this is precisely the moment when true personal growth occurs. In these moments of uncertainty, we are forced to confront our true selves, separate from the roles we have played in our relationships. By recognizing that our worth is inherent and not dependent on external validation, we begin to build a more solid foundation of self-love and confidence. For Libra, this is an opportunity to rediscover their true essence, independent of others' perceptions, and to reclaim their power as individuals. This is a critical step in their journey towards self-empowerment, as they realize that they can be whole on their own, without the need for constant external approval or validation. As we move further into the exploration of personal growth through separation, it's essential to reflect on how this process opens up new possibilities. When we let go of what no longer serves us, we make space for new experiences, relationships, and opportunities that align more closely with our evolving selves. Libra, who is constantly seeking balance, may feel the pressure to fill the void left by a lost connection quickly, but the true gift lies in the space itself. This void is not something to fear but something to embrace, for within it lies the potential for transformation. It's through the absence of one thing that we make room for something greater. For Libra, embracing this process of letting go and making space can be a powerful act of faith in the universe's plan, knowing that whatever is meant to come into their life will do so in divine timing. This shift in perspective allows Libra to approach the future with hope and openness, rather than fear and resistance. What we must understand is that the process of separation is not a single event but a series of small steps that ultimately lead to profound transformation. Each phase of the process, whether it's the initial pain, the emotional reckoning, or the eventual release, carries with it an opportunity to evolve. Libra's journey through these stages is marked by an increasing awareness of their own needs, desires, and boundaries. The beauty of this transformation lies in the fact that it empowers them to make choices that are aligned with their true self, rather than based on external expectations or past patterns. This process of self-discovery and empowerment is the essence of personal growth. By embracing each stage of this journey, Libra learns to trust their intuition, honor their emotions, and ultimately, create a life that is a true reflection of who they are at their core. And understanding this journey, it's also important to recognize that the universe has its own plan for us. While we may not always understand the reasons behind our separations in the moment, there is an inherent trust that comes with the belief that everything happens for a reason. For Libra, this belief in a divine plan can be a source of comfort and strength during times of uncertainty. It reminds them that even when things seem to fall apart, they are always being guided towards something greater. This trust in the process allows Libra to release their need for control and embrace the unknown with an open heart. When we let go of the need to control every aspect of our lives, we open ourselves up to the beauty and mystery of life's unfolding. For Libra, this represents the ultimate lesson in surrendering to the flow of life and trusting that the universe will always provide what is meant for us at the right time. As Libra continues on their journey of growth and transformation, they will inevitably encounter moments of doubt and fear. These moments are natural and should be embraced as part of the process. However, it's important to remember that fear is often a sign that we are on the verge of something great. When we face our fears and move through them, we create space for growth and expansion. For Libra, this means not only trusting in the divine plan but also trusting in their own strength and resilience. By facing their fears head-on, Libra can step into a new chapter of their life with confidence, knowing that they are exactly where they need to be. As we delve deeper into the process of change, it becomes clear that growth is not always a straightforward path. Libra, known for their desire to maintain equilibrium, may find themselves especially challenged during times of upheaval. However, it is in these very moments of instability that the seeds of transformation are planted. The cosmic forces that influence Libra's life, although often disruptive, are not acts of chaos but intentional realignments. Every shift in the stars, every subtle change in the planetary alignments, is designed to push Libra toward a deeper understanding of themselves, their desires, and their true purpose in life. At first, these cosmic shifts might feel like an unwelcome disturbance. Libra may feel pulled in different directions, torn between their need for connection and their need for personal growth. The separation of a significant person or relationship can trigger feelings of uncertainty and vulnerability, leaving them questioning their place in the world. However, these moments are not meant to break them but to guide them toward a more profound realization that true peace and harmony cannot be found in the external world but within themselves. It is through the breaking down of old attachments and the release of outdated patterns that Libra begins to uncover the deep inner balance they seek. Throughout this journey, the psychological aspect of letting go becomes an essential part of the transformation process. The human tendency to hold on to familiar attachments is deeply rooted in our fear of change and loss. This attachment often creates an illusion of stability, but in reality, it keeps us trapped in cycles that prevent growth. For Libra, who is often deeply connected to the people in their lives, letting go can feel like the loss of an essential part of themselves. However, when they begin to accept that their identity is not defined by their relationships alone, they start to embrace a more liberated sense of self. This understanding paves the way for profound emotional healing. The emotional turmoil that comes with separation is not a sign of weakness but a necessary step in the process of emotional maturation. By acknowledging the pain without judgment, Libra allows themselves to process it fully and move through it with grace. As Libra moves through the emotional and psychological stages of separation, they begin to understand that the very relationships they once felt were integral to their happiness might have been limiting their potential. These connections, while meaningful, may have been keeping them tied to a version of themselves that no longer aligns with their higher calling. In accepting this reality, Libra learns to honor their own desires and needs, prioritizing self-love and self-respect over external validation. This shift in focus is crucial, as it enables them to break free from the patterns of codependency that may have been present in their past relationships. The true liberation comes not from finding a new person to fill the void but from embracing the space created by the separation itself. Furthermore, as Libra moves through the stages of letting go and embracing personal growth, they come to realize that each experience of separation holds the potential for deeper wisdom. The universe, through its cosmic rhythms, has a way of guiding us toward the people and circumstances that will allow us to grow into our most authentic selves. This realization is not always immediate, and at times, it may feel as though the universe has abandoned us. However, it is precisely in these moments of perceived emptiness that the groundwork for future success is laid. The void that is created by separation is not something to be feared but something to be filled with new opportunities for personal and spiritual development. This process is not about forcing change or rushing into new relationships or situations. It's about allowing time and space for healing to take place naturally. The period of solitude that follows separation provides Libra with an invaluable opportunity for self-reflection. During this time, Libra learns to reconnect with their innermost desires and passions, rediscovering what truly brings them joy and fulfillment. As they reconnect with themselves, they begin to cultivate a stronger sense of inner harmony, no longer relying on external validation to feel complete. This newfound sense of self-worth empowers them to make choices that align with their true essence, leading to a more authentic and fulfilling life. As this journey unfolds, Libra also discovers that the challenges faced during times of separation are not isolated events but part of a larger, continuous cycle of growth. The lessons learned from one relationship or experience of loss contribute to their evolving understanding of themselves and the world around them. This process of cyclical learning is deeply tied to the cosmic rhythms that govern Libra's life. Each cycle brings new insights and opportunities, allowing Libra to refine their sense of self and purpose. While the process may be challenging, it is also deeply rewarding, as it brings them closer to the person they are meant to become. With each stage of growth, Libra also begins to realize that their journey is not solitary. Even though they may have experienced the pain of separation, they are never truly alone. The universe, with its infinite wisdom, is always guiding them toward the connections and experiences that are most aligned with their soul's journey. These relationships may not always look the way they expect, but they are always in service of their highest good. Libra's ability to embrace this idea of divine timing, trusting that the universe will bring the right people and circumstances into their life at the right time, becomes one of their most powerful tools. This trust in the unfolding process allows them to move forward with an open heart, ready to embrace whatever comes next. Throughout this entire journey, Libra is learning to balance their desire for connection with the need for independence and self-discovery. They begin to understand that while relationships are important, their connection to themselves is paramount. By cultivating a deeper sense of self-awareness and emotional intelligence, Libra can navigate the complexities of relationships with greater clarity and confidence. They are no longer dependent on external validation to define their worth. Instead, they find peace in their own company and trust that the universe will guide them to the people and experiences that are meant to be part of their journey. In conclusion, the journey through separation and personal growth is not a linear path. For Libra, the process of letting go is both painful and liberating, but it is ultimately the catalyst for their transformation. Through the wisdom of astrology, the insights of psychology, and the power of self-reflection, Libra learns to navigate the complexities of life with grace and resilience. The cosmic shifts, though unsettling at times, are always in service of their greater evolution, pushing them toward a life that is more authentic and fulfilling. By trusting the process and embracing the lessons that come with change, Libra opens the door to new opportunities, deeper connections, and a more profound sense of inner peace. As we continue to explore Libra's journey, it becomes evident that the process of letting go is not just about releasing external attachments but also about understanding the inner shifts that take place when we relinquish control over our lives. Libra's natural desire for balance and harmony often leads them to seek stability in relationships, but this need for equilibrium can sometimes blind them to the fact that true harmony starts within. The universe, with its vast cosmic wisdom, understands that growth often comes from moments of discomfort and upheaval. These moments, although painful in the short term, are catalysts for the kind of personal transformation that Libra is meant to experience. The celestial energies align in such a way that these shifts are not random or arbitrary but rather essential steps in a larger process of self-realization. What Libra may not immediately recognize is that every experience of separation, whether it's the end of a relationship, a job, or even a friendship, serves a greater purpose in shaping the person they are becoming. The pain that often accompanies these transitions is not a sign of failure or loss, but rather an invitation to look deeper into the self. This period of introspection is where Libra begins to understand the layers of their own identity, moving away from external definitions and toward a more authentic sense of self. The process of shedding old attachments is deeply tied to the work that the universe is doing behind the scenes. It's about aligning Libra with their true desires, helping them realize that their worth is not dependent on others but rooted in their own being. This realization marks the beginning of a profound inner journey, one that will ultimately lead to a life that feels more authentic, balanced, and fulfilling. With each passing day, Libra finds that the pain of separation begins to soften, replaced by a sense of clarity and empowerment. By understanding that their personal growth is intricately tied to the cosmic flow of the universe, they gain the strength to move forward without fear. This understanding also brings with it the recognition that letting go is not a one-time event but a continual process. There will always be moments in life where things shift, where connections are tested, and where new paths are forged. But the more Libra embraces these changes as part of their evolution, the more they step into their power and align with the universal rhythm that guides their life. As Libra becomes more attuned to their inner world, they start to recognize that self-empowerment comes from within. The external world, with all its relationships and connections, no longer dictates their happiness or sense of peace. They learn to trust their intuition and honor their needs, realizing that only by doing so can they truly experience the deep sense of peace they seek. This newfound self-reliance is what allows Libra to finally break free from the patterns that have held them back. No longer will they settle for relationships or situations that drain their energy or keep them stuck. Instead, they step into a new chapter where they are free to choose the experiences that align with their higher purpose, leading them to deeper fulfillment. As the journey unfolds, it's important for Libra to understand that the universe never removes something from their life without making room for something better. While it may not always be immediately apparent, Each separation creates space for new opportunities that resonate more deeply with Libra's evolving self. This understanding of divine timing becomes a crucial aspect of their spiritual growth. By trusting the process, Libra is able to let go of the need for control and embrace the unknown with open arms. This trust in the universe's timing allows Libra to move through the challenges of life with more grace and less resistance. Knowing that everything happens for a reason and that each new beginning brings with it the potential for greater growth. Throughout this process, Libra's capacity for personal development and transformation is limitless. They may face moments of doubt and fear, as any human does when navigating significant life changes, but these challenges are simply part of the unfolding journey. The key is not to fight against the waves of change but to ride them with trust and confidence. With each new wave of transformation, Libra learns to harness the energy of change to propel them forward, rather than letting it overwhelm them. They grow in resilience, wisdom, and strength, learning that every setback is a setup for something greater. The lessons Libra learns throughout this process are not just about letting go but also about cultivating a deeper relationship with themselves. As they embrace change, they come to understand that true happiness and peace are not found in external sources but are cultivated from within. The more Libra learns to be at peace with themselves, the more they will attract the right relationships and experiences into their lives. The universe, always in sync with Libra's soul path, brings them closer to their true purpose with every step they take. As we wrap up this journey, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on your own path. Just like Libra, we all experience times of separation and change, but it's in how we navigate these moments that our true transformation occurs. Are you ready to trust the process, let go of what no longer serves you, and embrace the blessings that await? The universe is always guiding you toward the highest version of yourself. And sometimes, that means trusting in the timing of life and allowing the shifts to take place. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found this message helpful and uplifting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Zen Mind Peaceful Life channel. We share insightful and transformative content that can help you navigate life's most challenging moments with peace and clarity. Join our community, and let's continue on this journey together. Until next time, remember to trust the process and embrace the beauty of change. Namaste.